But anyway, then here comes Saraya. I'm thinking, obviously WWE trademarked her name, but I'm thinking, what would they have done if WWE hadn't trademarked their name? Would they have had yet another Page? Adam Page? What's his name?
Ethan Page.
Enid?
Not
Enid Page?
Enid Page, really?
Enoch Page?
There's a name you don't hear anymore.
And then Page. I mean, so she starts the promo. I'm back. Okay, welcome back from the crowd. I will create change in this division. And the crowd chants, this is your house, this is your house. And then she says she's nervous.
I thought it was Swerve's house.
Well, it's anybody's house that happens to be standing there. That's why everybody's got the keys. And so she's rusty, but here's the thing. Can Paige talk? I've seen very little Paige. And obviously, the last time that she was in the business, it's been 3 or 4 years, right? I don't know that we were watching the programming on a regular basis at that point. So the point is, if she's not rusty, if she's not nervous, can Paige do a good promo? Do you remember?
I remember her being pretty good in the ring when she wrestled. But I was never a fan of her on the mic. Now, to be fair, other people did like her on the mic. Other people really got into her as the GM. Other people were really into the way WWE has booked and used some of these women. I personally thought good in the ring. I was never a big fan of her on the mic.
Well, in that case, she ain't going to get any better than this, I guess. But somebody off camera, I guess some production assistant, floor director, was rushing her to bring the women out because she then said, well, don't wrap me up. I'll go as long as I want. Oh, I guess let's bring the women out. Here they come. And out came Toni Storm, Athena, Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale, and someone else, and I missed the name.
And they were all put together by Stokely Hathaway, and they're calling themselves The Firm. Just a random bunch of people put together to walk out. What was that?
Well, and I'm like, is this the whole division? Except for Britt Baker's group. Where's Ruby Soho? I thought of her. But anyway, Saraya starts talking to Toni Storm, but then here comes Britt Baker and Reba and Jamie Hayter. And I'm thinking that Saraya was supposed to introduce all these girls one at a time because she said, let me introduce them one at a time. So that was a clue. But then she got to Toni Storm, and before they even went anywhere else, here comes the heels because this has already gone a while, and other things on this program have apparently taken forever. So Saraya says Britt's name rhymes with shit, but they bleeped that one too. This badly illustrated why there needs to be an announcer or a show host or some authority figure running the interviews and moving things along, expediting the process. When you've got green talent that's not used to doing television, and or you've got some of these talents may not be green, but you can't say that they've ever worked under any administration where they would have done television strictly and by the book and keeping an eye on times and things like that. Britt Baker wouldn't have done that. Hayter wouldn't have done it. I guess Athena and Storm have been to the WWF, but nevertheless, there needs to be somebody running these interviews to keep this thing moving along and remind people of what they forgot and fucking re-engage people when they start wandering. Because when they let the talent go out there and just do their own shit, it's like the South Park wrestling episode where they think they're emoting and everybody else is rolling their fucking eyes. So Britt Baker brings Serena out, and somehow they set up a lumberjack match for the interim women's title between Storm and Serena, and it didn't sound like a lot of people were thrilled at that. And then they had the match, which Toni Storm won, and Brian, from the top of the promo to the bottom of the match, this was 22 minutes on national television, devoted to what I just talked about in 90 seconds.
This was one of the worst segments, again, going from the beginning to the end, in the history of AEW. It was horrible. Those fans in Philadelphia reacted to the women's division the way everyone else is. People are popping for Paige or Saraya because they're happy to see her. Let's see where this goes. Once again, she didn't touch anyone. I don't even think she took a physical. Everyone saying she wasn't cleared. Did she even take a physical?
Has somebody taken her temperature?
We will find out, but the promo
Somebody
was horrible.
said that she and Xavier Woods and Brad Maddox are going to be the next trios champion.
Will you stop it?
To be able to. Well, that's what somebody said on Twitter.
Nobody said. Will you behave yourself?
Somebody did say that.
Who said that?
Somebody on Twitter.
Of course. Well, what I was going to say
didn't get their goddamn driver's license.
I just saw something the other day. I hate to bring this up, but now you made me think of it. Someone sent me something the other day. Hey, did you see this? And I looked at it. I said, I don't know what this is. And then they spelled it out. There was a picture of Brad Maddox with some woman, and she was talking about, apparently his wife is a marriage counselor who talks about being married to her husband for like 15 years. Meanwhile, he was filmed, whatever. Funny things going on.
That's a gimmick. That's a gimmick also because he can't have been married for 15 years. He's only like fucking in his early 30s to begin with. He was at OVW 10 years ago. As I recall, I believe I saw him.
Well, anyway,
he's some kind of, it's like, the B-roll shots they get. There's a guy and his girlfriend walking down the beach. He's an actor playing that part, apparently. In advertising or whatever.
I saw the previous part he played, and I don't need to see any more. I guess the point is, let's go back to what we were talking about here. I don't know why you decided to go down this road, but the promo was horrible.
Yeah.
The only person here that was truly over, again, Saraya is getting a reaction right now because people are happy to see her. Jamie Hayter. We've been saying it for a while. The people have caught up. Jamie Hayter, she's still being held back. They had a few moments where they could have turned her on Britt. They've waited. Now the moment's here. They got to do something sooner rather than later. But the whole division's a mess. Jamie Hayter's really good. Who's she supposed to wrestle? Who? Thunder Rosa when she comes back? Serena Deeb? The fans have not really reacted well to Serena Deeb. All the other women who just bounced out we've never really seen on TV before? Right, what was that? It was like, here's a woman you know and other people just bouncing out to the ring. Show us the women on the roster. We've seen the women's roster. Where was Jade? Where were the ones who were presented as stars? They weren't out there for this segment. I know a lot of people hate to hear this, but the women's division in AEW should be a separate spin-off show/brand, and they should focus on just one thing. It kills the show. It kills the ratings, usually for the segments. The fans sit there in silence. It's not productive to the wrestling company. It's more just making everyone else feel better because there's an equal, or not even equal, they don't even give an equal portion of the show. There's a portion of the show assigned to the less popular form of wrestling. It doesn't make much sense, and it's killing the show.
I got to disagree. I got high hopes for Willow Nightingale. All right.
Who knows? We haven't really seen her. I mean, who knows? Maybe she is good.
No, none of, no.
Well, Hayter's good. Hayter's good.
I'm playing. Hayter's all right. I don't hate Hayter. I'll tell you what I do hate. Tony Schiavone being in the back again with the interchangeable underneath talent that never get a chance to do anything except argue with each other while Tony's in the middle of them. Private Party and Butcher and Baker and Andre Olio and Jose, and everybody's arguing and nobody cares or understands what they're fucking saying. And then Matt Hardy comes in and tells Private Party he understands he did bad things in the past, but he'll be waiting when the storm ends for them. Jesus Christ. So now big money Matt Hardy, crooked Matt Hardy, I cheated these guys when I signed them to a contract. Matt Hardy is now a babyface and wants to make amends. Do these people ever wrestle? I'm not advocating for them to wrestle on this program we got to watch, but they just stand in the back and argue with each other because Tony is too nice to just say, I don't need you people anymore.
Other than his ability to make people turn off the TV, what is Matt Hardy adding to anything in AEW right now? Didn't you not groan when all of a sudden he's out there with Private Party again? We have to relive this? This?
Long-term storytelling. They've been telling this story for 3 years and we still don't understand it.